Hello friends, here's why many people quit Fortnite because of building. I've been playing Fortnite since day one that it's released, and I have quite a good idea of why people quit. You won't see people like Ninja, Tfue, Fearless, or anyone else playing this game, and a majority of the big names have faded away. But how can the one big thing that made Fortnite different be the one reason why majority of the players stopped playing? From the transition of the World Cup and after, a lot of big creators ended up losing track of what they wanted to do in Fortnite. Building became so hard and so tedious they couldn't just jump on and enjoy the game anymore and enjoy all the new items. The player base has gotten so good that you had to practice every single day if you wanted to at least compete, and even in a public match setting. That is until no builds came in. After no builds came in, people were able to enjoy Fortnite zero build, or just Fortnite in general, without the complexity of building. People with raw aim like myself, Nick30, Tfue, Ninja, all can easily dominate the field without actually putting in tons of work because we have that raw accuracy. Nick30 being one of the only people that actually enjoys balancing builds and no builds because he does like improving his skill and he likes to stick to the roots with Fortnite. It didn't help that public matches were so sweaty, even though that we had a competitive playlist, which wasn't actually competitive. Over the years, you could probably see a lot of people slowly falling out of love with Fortnite. A lot of creators were slower and slower on their uploads, and also the people that stuck kind of didn't know what to do. Keep in mind, majority of us either moved away to other games and now are back on Fortnite because Fortnite wasn't our first game. Like myself, I played Call of Duty. You had Tfue and Ninja who played H1Z1, and many more people had other backgrounds before Fortnite was popular. At this point, you're probably asking yourself, what changed Fortnite building? When the first mode, Playground mode, was available, this caused a huge ripple effect of people trying to get better. People were really loving the game. It was the first free or creative private match mode that Fortnite had to offer. Now, a lot of people practiced 1v1s, edit courses, or just getting used to weapons. This made it so a majority of the player base that wanted to get better can. After Chapter 2 hit, most people realized that this is where it makes or breaks you. If you choose not to adapt to the Fortnite meta, meaning box fighting, zone wars, or whatever, the game will kind of eat you alive. You wouldn't actually be able to enjoy the game as much as you want because you'll have someone cranking 90s infinitely, which we don't even do anymore, because now we just sit in our boxes and wait for our opponent to mess up. This is where the game became a little bit more difficult for majority of players / streamers because now they have to actually put in a ton of work to adapt and get better. Just take a look at Fortnite competitive, for example. Early Fortnite, it was a bunch of older people. Everyone was at least like 20 or older, and people looked up to them. This is very early Fortnite. There was a bunch of broadcasts, videos, everyone wanted to be like them. So the pros nowadays were just toddlers. They were just learning how to walk practically, and now the entire competitive scene is run by kids, mostly people under 19. And this is nothing wrong with that. It just comes with a ton of drama. Now, people love this drama, but also it is becoming a little bit more immature compared to the old days with all the old heads. I mean, if you just look at Fortnite World Cup, the biggest event ever for Fortnite, and the top 3 people, I'm pretty sure, quit Fortnite immediately after, because one guy, Sam, who went to Valorant, is now a pro player there, who has a phenomenal gaming background, dominated Fortnite, proved his worth, and now he's moving on. Another player just outright quit, and then we have Booga, who just stuck around and is basically one of the poster children for Fortnite itself. Now, keep in mind, Fortnite does have a competitive mode called Arena with multiple divisions. But this is not really competitive. There's nothing to actually prove in Fortnite Arena. Right now, most people just go for the most arena points. This ideally is nothing. Having the most arena points just measures the amount of time that you put in, and that's mostly what people don't want to do. In other game modes like Apex Legends, competitive is actually really competitive. It will rank the top 500 players or so, and you will fight for that position. Therefore, you will be known as this good player. So elite or champion division in Fortnite, you could be like ranked 50 in the world, which is huge. But Fortnite doesn't live up to that philosophy. This will circle back all the way to the brutes or the mechs being in Fortnite. Honestly, a little bit crazy, but this was actually posted in one of their documents. This is coming straight out of a Fortnite document where it says the mission of Fortnite is to bring players of all skill levels together to have a fun experience where anyone can win. For example, everyone having a shot at the first elimination or victory royale moment and the satisfying feeling that comes with it. Right now, we know that there are players out there who have never won or had the opportunity. Now, this carried over into Arena, unfortunately, where no one is actually granted a huge bonus or something that really put themselves different from their other players, or a bragging right, technically. Everyone has the opportunity to get to champion or elite division in Fortnite, which shouldn't be the case in a competitive playlist. If Fortnite were to remove frequent cash cups or a $20 Walmart gift card, I feel like that they would be in a better place if Arena was actually competitive with a good ranking system where players can finally be known and possibly get good notoriety playing Fortnite Arena. Right now, it's just a mode there to just be like, I made it to champs, congratulations, here's a free wrap. Now, the idea of losing interest in Fortnite is basically normal. The game's been around for 5 years. This is gonna happen, especially if you just played it during the peak of Fortnite. But majority of people that are losing interest are just not really adapting or vibing with the gameplay. Zero Build did change that, because now you can play just a shooter game and have fun in Fortnite without the overly sweaty competitiveness. Myself, I actually made a video not too long ago about quitting Fortnite. This is before Fortnite added Zero Builds. I just felt like it didn't really have much to offer anymore, and it was the same old, but luckily the next season was a brand new chapter and introduced Zero Build. Ever since the announcement of Zero Builds, the surge of players that return to the game has been through the roof. Honestly, I enjoy it because it's just raw accuracy. As long as the gameplay is there, you have the opportunity to use every little thing in no builds and can actually have fun with it. Unlike builds where if someone just boxes up, you can't use these new fun, unique items. But there is another thing where, like, my 7-year-old nephew loves playing builds and dislikes Zero Builds. With Zero Builds, I could hop on a Fortnite and just start playing. I don't actually have to warm up like I did in builds, but this is all personal preference. But majority of players like myself, Ninja, and Tifu feel this way, where we can just jump onto the game and enjoy OG Fortnite, practically what we grew up on. Think about it like this. If you were to take a break from Fortnite, and you would be a little bit rusty at the builds, but with Zero Builds, you can just jump right in and start shooting after a week-long break, a month-long break, or even a year. You will still have that accuracy even if you play other games. No Builds does carry a little bit of an interesting trait where it's not like traditional Fortnite. Obviously, can't protect yourself with builds, but you are allowed to run around with mobility, either protection like shields or possibly smoke grenades, and you have to play positioning and be very smart with the new perk augments. The idea of a top builder is kind of faded away along with the fastest editor, which used to be Symphony, then quickly overtaken by Nick A30. This has faded away because everyone has reached the ceiling. Everyone is technically good, and my editing or building has not changed in over 2 years, but I can still keep up with the average day Fortnite player who grinds creative mode for many hours, just because you have an IQ and you can figure out what their next move is with a lot of less steps and not being too overly flashy. Now, I don't think that Fortnite should have competitive Zero Build tournaments where there's money involved. I just think it is a fun casual mode. Fortnite FNCS is probably one of the coolest things that I think is in Fortnite, and most recent one, which is the first LAN after the pandemic, was probably my favorite thing to watch. It was super hype, a lot of people all in one area, and then you had favorites of winners. The loot pool was great. I thought it was awesome. Fortnite builds will always be a thing in Fortnite, which is not bad at all. It is the way the game was created. Creative is also a mode that people tend to play, but it doesn't really specialize in builds. It specializes in pre-made maps, which that is the direction that Fortnite will be taking in a few years. Now, don't worry, builds is not going to be going anywhere. It's probably going to be around for a while, maybe not too long, but it will slowly be flushed out, and Fortnite competitive will still be a big topic to talk about, as they have a recent $10 million prize pool for FNCS. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, smash that like button, and I will see you guys later.